What a miserable start to the day. So I was watching some YouTube videos this morning, mainly on things that have been going on in the country, reference a lot of flag waving. And I just thought it was quite ironic, really, that you had like a significant portion of the population, like, this is the pride flag. Why do people hate the pride flag? It's just a flag. Look, this is the Ukraine flag. Stop hating it. It's just a flag. So on, so forth. And then all of a sudden it's, oh, you can't have that flag. You can't have the Union Jack, Union flag. You can't have the England flag. Oh, no. Offensive. And it makes me wonder, like, do they ever stop and think about the things that they've said? Doggy. It's also really sort of confusing to me. Why they care? Why, I just don't. I mean, look, not saying like, oh, why do people care about the fact that there's, you know, war and conflict going on? It's why do they care about these two countries? You know, specifically, countries that I'll guarantee the vast majority of them only heard about when it started come up on the news. But I checked before I left the house because I was curious, and it says there are currently over 120 armed conflicts globally, right? Over 120. There were some websites that were saying 150, right? And that number has tripled in recent years. Yet no one's waving any other flags around. There's just the two. Do you know what I mean? Boggles the mind that people should be saying, like, we need to stop all these. I mean, why exactly is, you know, the world quite happy to throw cash to fund the Ukrainian conflict, and yet maybe they're just hoping no one brings it up. Do you know what I mean? Oh, we can't afford it. We'll just do the one, and nobody mention all of these other conflicts and people being oppressed and murdered and killed, and which is the same thing probably. Let's just hyper focus on two conflicts that we really don't have any dog in that hunt, or something along those lines. No, I don't know why we care. I don't know why we specifically care about those two in particular, especially with one being like, you know, because I don't really want to say too many names, because I'll probably just get flagged and booted and get a knock on the door from the thought police. But there's significant evidence to suggest that one side of the conflict may or may not be terrorists. Do you know what I mean? And everyone's like, oh no, it's fine, we support them. Things like gays, I mean, like, they do. It's not a religion that likes you, mate. I wouldn't risk it personally. And just before, yes, I'm fully aware that when it comes to like religious wars, which is what this is, both sides degenerate into atrocities that they'll justify with a book written by someone completely fictitious. It may as well like have armed conflicts based on whether or not you're a Hufflepuff or a Ravenclaw. Do you know what I mean? These are made up words. Stop putting so much of your like focus into a book. And that goes for all religions. Personally, you're all idiots. Grow up. Find a better book. Do you know what I mean? There are loads out there. I knew these would be unread. I come this way because they're always red for me on the other side. So I came this way. I'm like, yes, I'll definitely get through because they're always on green this way, but they're not. They're on red. So now I'm stuck again. Fuck my life. Road ahead closed as well. Oh no. Oh wait, there's a car coming that way, so that's fine. That's fine. What was I saying? It's the argument on illegal immigration that I find the most interesting. Because how is anybody trying to argue the fact that illegal migration is okay? Is this a bike or that guy on his e-bike again? That's a bike, innit? Let's give him a little nod. Does he know? I mean, if you look at it from the, like, what would happen if the government said, right, all illegal, anyone in the country illegally is getting returned to the country of origin, or at least the country that they've said they came from. Yeah, you made your bed, now lie in it, right? Human rights concerns aside, imagine that happened, right? So you've got an instant surge in taxpayers' funds being used to send them back, because you know no company's just going to ferry them out for free. Although you could put them all in like RAF planes, but you'd still have to pay for fuel. So you know there's a surge, but I don't know whether that would outweigh the cost of feeding and clothing and medical bills and all the rest of it, and mobile phones for some bloody reason. They need a phone. Who are they gonna call? Ghostbusters. I mean, and you're guaranteed, absolutely guaranteed, to have a drop in crime, right? I'm not saying that all illegal immigrants are criminals, but statistically, yes, there's going to be a drop in crime, because some of them will be. To be fair, the simple fact that they've entered the country illegally makes them a criminal, but you still have a lot of people abusing the legal routes through like normal migration. And like the asylum. Although, you know, I saw a video, and it was a woman interviewing a man, saying like, I can't remember the country he came from, but she was like, "Oh, where'd you come from?" He told her, and she went, "Oh, there's no war there." And he went, "Oh, it's because I'm fleeing oppression because I'm gay." She goes, "Oh, do you have any family left back home?" And he went, "Yeah, wife and kids," right? And I know on the surface that feels like a big gotcha moment, but I wonder how many gay men in the UK have also got a wife and or at least an ex-wife, and I was going to say ex-kids, but I don't think that's how that works, because of social stigma. So you know, it's not necessarily the smoking gun, but you know, it does mean people should be asking questions. I'm already in neutral. Don't put it into second, you absolute idiot. Yeah, another trick is to throw away all identification or passport. I mean, there are literal videos of people doing this, lobbing passports into the sea. So by the time they get to the UK, they'll claim a different name in a different country of origin. You know, picking one where there's a an armed conflict of choice happening. This literally does happen, and for every person that clogs up the asylum queue with a fake claim, people who genuinely need it are also lumped together with all the liars and criminals. One popular favourite route is to, or at least it was back before Brexit, was to get yourself into a European country with relatively relaxed immigration laws, like Romania, Italy, because have you seen like the old Italy ID cards when the whole world are using like polycarbonate plastics and all sorts of different, you know, security methods? They'll just give you a paper one with your passport photo stapled in. And I think there's not even like there's no rule for individual districts in Italy to pass on up their information to the government about someone's identity. So relaxed. So they just don't give a shit, do they? So, but yeah, Sweden as well. And there's currently one with Sweden where, because if you can prove you were a European citizen before the extension deadline of December 2020, you can then cobble together enough evidence that you've been in the UK, gain residency legally that way. So Sweden will issue a certificate with, it's just like a little bit of writing in the middle. I'll give you your name and the date that you were naturalised, so your Swedish citizen certificate. And all they'll do is they'll change that date, and they'll go online and just buy loads of forged documents and then slap them in and go, "Yep, thank you very much. I was here. I was here all along, never left." So you've got rid of all the illegal ones straight away, and you've heavily scrutinised people who are abusing the legal systems to enter, and you've reduced the amount of strain on the government in terms of funds, There will be a less strain on the police, less crime, not a massive amount, but significant enough for anything that's serious, because just one, you know, person having their life ruined is more than we need. Again, less stress on the NHS for people that need medical help, not a massive amount, you know, drop in the bucket for in terms of like waiting lists and things. And for anyone who like suggests that these people coming across are like future doctors and stuff, stop, like think, please think, use your brain, right? Do you think that there's a single person who's got qualifications to be a medical professional is getting into a fucking dinghy? Are you that stupid? Do you know what I mean? Not a chance. Anyone with the ability to do that is got to come in the legal way, or they'll apply for like student visas and things like that, which is another method that gets abused, where they'll apply for a student visa, do a couple of classes, and then just fuck off. They'll just disappear into the ether. You'll never see them again. They're here now, and it's pretty hard to get rid of someone. Once they've got the foot in the door, you're done. You're done. I mean, this isn't like a fairy tale ideal land. There will be a huge backlash. I'd say riots, most likely. I mean, if you look at things that happened when George Floyd died, a drug addict, a convicted criminal, a very, very, very horrible person. He died from a drug overdose. And anyone says it was the neck thing, shut up. Have you seen how much drugs was in his system? Fucking hell, get a grip. And people will, they love that kind of excuse. Black Lives Matter. Oh, let's go out and get a new telly. I swear every time there's like any big protest or march, Currys must be breaking it. Do you know what I mean? Oh God, cheeky monkey. You don't see me breaking the rules often. So you've got protests and counter-protests. There's going to be significant damage done to built-up areas, and the legal migrant communities are likely to be up in arms, thinking that then, because this is the thing, right? People are going, we need to get rid of illegal migration. We need to stop people coming in illegally, and then the other side goes, you want to stop all immigration? Are you racist? I was like, no, that's clearly not what people are saying. I mean, there's definitely 100% going to be people, the right, not the right side of things, but you know, the political right, that will use this as an opportunity to hurt innocent people just because of the colour of their skin. That's going to happen, and the community should police themselves better. Because let's be honest with you, the police won't. And whatever your media of choice is, they'll just find the most far-winged person, some nut job, and they'll interview them and they'll put their face all over the TV. That's it. They won't make it, put up any clips of people that are being, you know, quite moderate and sensible about the entire thing. No, it's the extremes. Get them on, and we'll go, you're all like this guy, or guy, or girl, or whatever gender someone's just made up. But yeah, when the dust settles, there is going to, I mean, there's a guaranteed net benefit in terms of government resources no longer being spent. A reduction in crime, a reduction in NHS waiting lists. There's not going to be any reduction in staff, because let's be honest with you, they'll all have the correct documentation to be here legally, and therefore paying taxes, which a lot of people don't. They don't pay like national insurance and things like that. A lot of cash in hand stuff. A lot of people paying cash in hand rent to a non-British owner of housing. I don't know. Landlords. That's it. That's the word I was trying to look for. I mean, it's one of those things. You know, you're allowed to buy properties in another country and rent them out. If that's a legal thing people can do, they can do it. Why not? But a lot of them are they'll have no no footprint at all, you know, and think it's outrageous that they should have. You should have. You should have some sort of sign of your existence. But it would be naive to think that the government would use that extra cash that they no longer need to spend and return that in the form of lower taxes. No way, Jose. They're going to sit on that money, use it for wherever agenda they want to push. Send it all to another armed conflict somewhere in the world. I mean, they've got, what, another 118 to choose from. Rant over, that's it. Because I'll be doing this the entire way, and I don't want to do this the entire way. That's boring. You're boring. Your mum's boring.